I think that's true, honestly. Well, I mean, I don't know, but I guess some people in private universities also study as well. Um, at least I don't know, I guess. I hope they study as well. Because if not, imagine we are having what type of professionals we are getting, right? If you just pay and in any ways you get the certificate, right? The degree that says that you're a professional, but in your entire career you never study anything. It will be a pity, right? To get
Yeah,
professionals like that.
probably that's the depend more for the student. Yeah,
Yes.
sometimes they are a teacher that's no good, but
Hmm.
uh, you can need to pass every exam, so only you need study.
Yes, you're right. It depends on you, right?
Yeah.
Majoritarily, it depends on you. You're right there because some people like to blame professors, right? As you said, oh, it's like the professor is bad and things of that sort. But if
Yeah.
your professor is bad, well, then you can self-study, right? To
Yeah.
educate yourself. And that is what I think somebody who loves what he or she does is what they would be doing, right? To self-educate themselves. But how was your experience when you were in the university? Your professors were good. How was it?
Mm, I had every characteristic for this teacher or docent, yeah, because I had worse teacher and bad teacher only read the paper or read the slide. Another teacher, yeah, slide in the sharpboard,
Yes.
blackboard, yeah. I
Hmm.
like that. I would like the teacher can display in the sharpboard or depend depend the material. But in my experience for that, usually we was working in laboratory. So
Hmm.
in my career, that's public. So we had laboratory that is all characteristic. But
Hmm.
in my last year the career, we can change every structure, everything structure, machine. That's everything new.
Hmm.
So we need translating for the campus to
Yes.
model. Yeah. So the career, yeah, they get financing for that. So
Hmm.
sometime in in last year that is better because we had laboratory with two screen connection with my microscopy. So
Yes.
it's better now. Yes,
Hmm.
it's better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it was last year, right? Sadly for you, it was in
Yeah,
the last year,
only
right?
the last year.
Well, that's super sad, right? But well, anyways, you were somebody always has to take the first step, right? And to do the changes, to make the changes, excuse me. And in this case, you were from that generation, right? To make the changes and to allow the following generations to get a better environment and resources to work, right?
Yeah.
And that is also pretty much honorable, right? That you were with your classmates, the ones that fought for those better resources, for better
Mhm.
classrooms and stuff like that, and that is honorable. I mean, although you didn't enjoy it very much, the good that you did for the rest of your, I mean, the rest of your colleagues in future generations, it's I guess um, very difficult to conceive. That is to say, very 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 high, right? And that is something very good. At least that can be your um your relief, no, to consuelo, that you
Yeah.
did something very good for the
About
next
that.
generations. Yeah, at least, right?
Mhm.
But well, now you're in Job Hopkins anyway, so you can, I don't know, send a picture to your old professors, how you moved from those very old classrooms to this, uh, you know, I guess. Well, I mean, obviously, I cannot pronounce it well. I don't know why. It's John Hopkins, right? Not Job. It's John Hopkins, right?
Jones,
Uh,
congrats, Alfina. Yeah.
with N, with S, Johns Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yes. All right,
That's the
Johns
thing.
Hopkins. Hmm. All right. So yeah,
Jones
so in
X.
Johns Hopkins. All right, I get it. So of course, I guess in Johns Hopkins, you have incredible classrooms, right? With the last equipments, the
Yeah,
last type of.
here every day
Yes.
teacher had so experience in research in your career. So that's amazing. The trajectory they got for different financiament program for research in different country, like Africa, India. You listen the he or they working in Brazil or Mexico or
Mhm.
different country in Africa. So it's
Yes.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And I guess also the classrooms are super modern, right? You have, I guess the classrooms are very technological. You have the best quality of equipments and what you were telling me about, right? These,
Yeah.
I forgot the name of this device that you use in order to measure the blood's temperature. How was it? How was it called?
Ah, yeah. Thermocycle.
Yeah, the thermocycle. Yeah, I always forget it. It's very difficult, at least for me. It's not a term very easy to remind. But I guess you had the best thermocycles available in the market, right? In Johns Hopkins.
Yeah, but this is not, depend your course. You can use that for dentist in John Hopkins University, but in and really I don't know in this moment in university. The university is like undergraduate for the bachelor. This is
Yes.
another campus. This I am in public health John Hopkins, is
Yes.
part of the university, so it's
Hmm.
specific for public health. So the building only, not only really the is there you can take the class and you can work in research. There are so many laboratory and different characteristics or different equipment, machine, or depend your specialty.
Yes. Yes, you're right. So yeah, very interesting. So there are a lot of options depending on your career and your degree, right? If you're taking
Yeah.
undergraduate, PhD, of course they're going to give you more equipments, right? More things for your work. Or am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, so well, very interesting. Have you sent pictures to your all professors and classmates that you are in Johns Hopkins?
My professor, I didn't know I had a video for my last class
Uh-huh.
because that is the recording is in Coursera link. We have a link for the class, so the every class we can get for video recording the
Hmm.
last class. Yeah,
And you appear on the video? You can be seen on the video
yeah.
or just a professor? You're seen?
No, just a professor and a screen for the class.
All right, okay. But I meant that have you taken pictures of yourself being at Johns Hopkins and have you sent those pictures to your friends, to your old colleagues here back in Bolivia? Have you sent some pictures to tell them that you're in Johns Hopkins?
Uh, I don't remember if I myself in the picture, but I have picture for course or screen. I don't remember if I had a specific picture. Hmm.
All right. But I mean, have you not, for example, because let's say some people when they travel, right, they like to post, let's say, pictures on Facebook and they comment, right? I am right now traveling and I am in China and I am going towards Hong Kong, things of that sort, right? Have you done something like that? I mean, have you published some pictures on your social media telling your friends, your old colleagues and professors that you are right now studying in Johns Hopkins? Have you done that? Something like that, similar?
Uh, I have in my picture in my Instagram, but I can see I don't see myself in that picture.
Okay, I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
That's
right?
good.
But you
I
do
don't
not
think
want to
that.
be, you don't want to appear in the picture?
Yeah. That's
All right. Well, it's fine. I mean,
weird.
of course. Yeah, it's but you can ask, right? Somebody to take a picture, I don't know, with the university in the background. So you can,
Yeah.
boast a little bit that you are there. And like, look at me. Like it would be great, right? To
I have picture in a harbor.
mhm, Inner Harbor.
Yeah.
But it
My
would
friends in Peru tell me she
mhm.
take me a picture
Oh,
here.
wonderful.
Okay, I can say you.
But you
But
should, but you should take one with the university in your background, because that way
yeah,
you can publish it and say, look at where I am, or something like that, right?
yeah.
On your Facebook or Instagram, right? That would be great, right? I think your colleagues would be very happy to see that you have managed to be part of one of the best universities of the world in your area, right? So they would be super happy to know that. You should do it.
Yeah.
You should do it, certainly. All right, wonderful. So thank you, Shirley, for sharing that with me. So let's start then with the class of today's. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, today's Thursday. And well, let me share my screen with you here. I just want to close this for a while. Closing, 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 closing. And as well, closing and closing. Close. All right. So let me share this. Where am I? Yeah. Okay. So I was saying, I was reviewing your exams, the ones that you were doing yesterday. And I saw this. I guess you had some troubles with the, I don't know, with the platform. I saw 3 attempts, um, two from one of your profile and one for another profile that I, of course, know it's your profile anyways. I think it's the one that I created for you, right? And I gave you a password, no? So I saw it. Did you have some problems, Shirley, with the platform last time when you were doing this?
Yeah, I don't know. I am not sure because I did the test, but
Uh-huh.
I signed my answer. But when I return,
Yes.
I see again. But okay, probably I don't answer that. Then okay, again take the test.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, the reason why you had 2 attempts, I mean, it was because I selected that
I,
option, right? Do you remember that I
I
told
thought
you?
that's different
Mm-hmm.
in my
Yes.
in my platform. That's different.
Well, because I mean, I see this one right now that says 97, and of course I know that must be your score because obviously you didn't get 0, right? So I mean, don't worry because of course I selected this one, and this is the grade that I put here, as you can see here on your grade sheet. Excuse me, on your grade sheet. What can I? Okay. Well, I cannot apparently. Um,
Mhm.
okay, like this. So as you can see, I put this grade here, 97. And with that, you had this final average of 89, which is until now the highest you have gotten. Okay, so congratulations. But you were telling me you had some problems with this. You told me.
Okay, let me see the
Mhm.
platform. Mm, okay. The module A
Mhm.
in the test, I had the same qualification, but I can see the quizzes for every unit A1, A2, A3, A4.
Mhm.
I can see.
All right. So yeah, it's fine. I mean, as I say, I guess this was a mistake of the platform. But as I told you, I of course know that you obviously got this punctuation here. Of course, you are very intelligent. You wouldn't get 0 at all. So 97 is the one that I am putting, okay? And this is going to be your grade because this is, of course, the one that you got, okay? So as you can see, 97, it says. And this is the one that I have introduced here as well. Final test, as you can see, 97, okay? So with this final test, I'm making a final addition of all your scores. You got this final average that it is 89. And as I told you, this is the highest you have had until this point. So just wanted to congratulate you. This was a very good unit for you, right?
Okay, thanks.
Right, very good. There you are. So okay, let's forget about this. It's fine. Of course, you have the necessary credits, let's say, for being promoted to the next level that we are actually right now in the next unit, right? So this is fine. Okay, thank you very much. Then these are your grades. It's already reported. Wonderful. So let's get into today's class then with the material that I have prepared for you. Did you yesterday review what we saw? The expressions that we were learning yesterday?
The word?
No, I mean yes, exactly, the word. Did you read it again?
Not really.
That's fine, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, today we are going to continue with that. Let me show you, because there are more topics that are very interesting in this unit. As I told you, I'm very happy that in this unit, they have finally included material that I think it's certainly important for you to learn about. So we are going to be discussing that today. All right. Here, so and neither. This is a very interesting topic. You must trust me here. Very small, but effective. Okay, here we are. Okay, so and neither is going to be. All right, there we are. Just give me a second here. And talking to my coordinator. Yeah, here. Yeah. And there we are. All right, wonderful. Let's start then. So have you ever, it's funny because I was about to say, have you ever heard the word soul? And I said, right, soul. Okay, so if you have paid attention to English expressions, soul, it's one of the most used and employ words in all the language, right? So the quantity of uses that soul has in this language is unimaginable. I mean, there are thousands of uses for this soul, right? And I would say it's actually a competitor of get, because get also has a lot of applications, right, in English. And so it's another expression that has a lot of meanings and uses for this language, and neither as well. Okay, so we're going to be reviewing today some uses and some, let's say, meanings of these expressions, so and neither, and we're going to be learning how to use them, okay, with the grammar structure and everything. All right, so let's start. So to begin with, we often use short sentences with so to express agreement with another speaker. When we use this type of response, we don't have to repeat the information in the first statement. All right, for example, let us look at the illustration. It says, Talia, I care about your future, she says. And Nick says, so do I. All right. So in this example, so do I means I care about my future too. Have you ever listened to some I think it's never gonna give you up, never gonna give you up, right? Super famous song. There is a part in the song that he says something like this. So do I as well. Have you listened to that song? Never gonna give you up. No.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, well, it's
Probably.
fine. But yeah, I mean, it's super famous. But the point is that there is a part in the song that the singer says this. So do I. So what does so do I mean? Let me show you. So we're talking about here so and neither. Here. Copy here. Yeah. Close this. It's not necessary. Okay, there we are. So, Google Docs. Okay. Where's this? There it is. Wonderful. So, advancing. There you are. So, okay, so the title for today is going to be so and neither. Okay, so and neither. Let's start with so. Okay, let's start with so. So it's going to be our first subtitle. So what do we have for so? Here I have copy this. There you are. So, yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, like this. And here like this. And here like it like this. So I was mentioning, Shirley, so it's a word and expression in English that has a lot of uses, and it's very much multi-purpose. That is to say, it has a lot of purposes, okay? Now, what is the point here? That we are going to learn about one of those uses today, all right? And in order to do that, we are going to need two statements. You're going to see right now. But let us remind the definition. We often use short sentences with so, okay? Notice the first thing, that these sentences that we're going to use are going to be short. These are not going to be long sentences. The ones that we are going to form and construct with so are not going to be long sentences, okay? By the way, so we often use short sentences with so to express agreement, okay? This is a very important word, to express agreement, okay? That is to say that we agree with something or with another speaker in this case. Now, when we use this type of response, we don't have to repeat the information in the first statement. So as I told you, this type of so expression is going to require us to have two different statements. So we're going to talk about the structure here. The structure is, let me show you. The structure is one statement, okay? One statement, and secondly, it is the so expression. One statement and the so expression. So expression, and don't worry because here we have more explanation of the grammar. Yes. So what is the structure? Is this one? The structure would be so plus an auxiliary verb. Plus noun or personal pronoun, to be specific. Personal pronoun. Okay. So this is the structure, okay? Structure here. Okay. One statement. Then we have the so expression and the specific structures like this. So plus an auxiliary verb plus personal pronoun. Let me show you. Let's get with our first illustration. So for example, if you look at our structure, Shirley, the first thing we need is a statement, right? Because here it says one statement. So let us write down any statement, for example. I don't know. One, let's say, I like bananas, whatever, okay? So this is our statement. As you can see, this is the first part, right? One statement. After our statement, our first statement, let's say that this statement is said by, I don't know, Mark. So Mark says, I like bananas. And let's say that you respond, Shirley. Let's say that I respond anyways, Carlos. Let's say that I respond. So in this is the part where our so expression can be used. And what is going to be that so expression? We're going to follow here the structure. Is the word so plus an auxiliary verb, do, plus a personal pronoun, I. Now, what does this mean? So do I. So do I means así como yo. That is to say, we are agreeing, right? Or también yo. You can translate it as you prefer. But the point is that here, this is an agreement, all right? You are agreeing with this statement. I like bananas. So do I. Yo también. O yo, así también conmigo. So here we're going to define all the expressions we can form with this structure will mean something like estoy de acuerdo, estar de acuerdo. Right? Let me give you another example. Yeah. So the first thing we need would be what? A statement, right? So give an statement, Shirley. Any statement. Any statement, whatever you can think about.
Yo cocino pasta.
Right. I cook. How's this called? Well, let's say spaghetti for the sake of our of our example. Spaghetti. Yep. They cook a spaghetti, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if I want to respond to this, Carlos, if I want to say that I agree with you, okay? That is to say, in this, decir yo también, o estoy de acuerdo, o yo también. I think here the best translation would be así también. That would be the best translation. Pronoun plus así también. So if I say, so do I, ¿qué estoy respondiendo? What am I responding? I am saying, yo también. So do I. Yo también cocino spaghetti. I cook. If you say, I cook spaghetti, and I respond, so do I, following this structure. So, plus an auxiliary verb, plus a personal pronoun. What do I mean? I mean, yo así también. Yo así también. That is what it means. Yo así también. That is to say that I also cook spaghetti. All right? Can you understand that? Let me give you another example. Let's say Carlos says, for example, I play video games. If you also play video games, okay, if you also play video games, you can say that, okay, que tú también juegas by this. Shirley will respond, so do I. Yo también, así yo también, as I told you. What does it mean? Significa el pronombre, in this case, I, plus así también. Yo así también. Can you understand that?
Yeah. You can use that in
with
any
with other pronouns.
In any verb, don't work.
Yes, in any verb, yes.
Yeah.
With anything. For example, let's say, here we have used 3 different verbs until this point, right?
Yeah.
I play video games, I cook spaghetti, and I like bananas. For example, if I also use it with the okay,
with the future, just the same.
Well, in the future it would change, because if we are going to use a future tense, then we wouldn't be using do, but we will be using will. So will I, if we are going to talk about the future. Let me give you some examples. So let's say that we want to use it with a future tense. For example, Carlos says, I will travel to Germany. And if you are also going to travel to Germany, you could respond to me. Shirley. So will I. Yo también viajaré a Alemania. So will I. Right? So as you can see, what determines if you're going to use will or do? The thing that determines that is the verb, as you notice, because, for example, these verbs, Shirley, they are Are they, for example, forms of the verb to be? No, right? They are secular verbs. They are normal verbs. Cocinar, play, like. And all of them are always combined with what? With auxiliary verbs. For example, if I want to say, I don't buy bananas, I'm going to use this, right? The do. That's the reason why in our response with so, in our expression with so, we're going to use do as well. But look at this other sentence. I will travel to Germany. We are using will, right? So if you want to use the expression so, we are also going to use this auxiliary verb that is will, right? Can you see it?
Yeah.
For example, another one. Let's say Shirley says, I will, I don't know, I will get an ice cream. I will get an ice cream. And I could respond if I am also going to take or get an ice cream, I could respond, so will I. Yo también. So will I. Right? So and why am I using will? Because in my statement, or in this case, because in your statement, right, Shirley? Oh, I read wrongly, sorry, Shirley. Because in your statement, you use will, right? I will get an ice cream, you said. And if I want to respond to that and to say that I agree and that I will do the same, then what am I going to respond? So will I. Yo también. Así también yo. All right? And for example, what about forms of the verb to be? Because of course, verb to be are not auxiliary verbs, nor they are, for example, secular verbs, right? What about, I'm gonna add that here, plus this could be, how's this called? Verb to be or auxiliary verb. So for example, here, if you say, Shirley, I am very tired, I could respond to you. If I am also very tired, I could respond to you. So am I. And why would I be responding to you like that? Because you are using it in your sentence, in your statement, you're using a form of the verb to be. So if I want to use this expression, okay, with so, remind this is the structure, so plus verb to be or auxiliary verb plus personal pronoun to mean that así también yo, in this case, I think that it makes more sense here at the end. Así también plus the pronoun. Okay. So this is what it means, right? Así también plus the pronoun. Así también yo, así también ella, así también ellos. That is the idea. Okay, so let me give you examples with third person. If I say, if you say, or okay, if I say, Carlos, let's say, Louis is, let's say, Louis is intelligent, right? Imagine that I say that. You could respond to me. If you know other person that it is as well intelligent, you could say, I don't know. So that's wrong. Oh, so is a wrong. Of course, not that's. So is a wrong. As you can see, I can also use this expression with third person. Louis is intelligent. And if you know other person that is also intelligent, you can say, so is around. Or so is Diana, whatever. So it's Diana. Another one could be, if you say Shirley, Johns Hopkins, I guess is well written or like this, Johns Hopkins University is great. I could also say, so is La Gaby, right? That is to say, the Gabriel de Moreno University. So it's La Gaby. Okay, like this. Johns Hopkins University is great. And I could say, so es La Gaby. Así también es La Gaby. You get this, Shirley? Tell me if there is something that you don't understand. You have your mic off, by the way. I can see it. Can you listen to me, Shirley?
Oh, sorry. I thought my
Yeah,
microphone.
I tell you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah.
So,
I
what
don't see
about
that.
this? You get
But
it?
I say, yeah, I say that I got it as, but this is weird. The so mean, así también. Yeah,
Yes.
this is weird
Exactly.
because I use so like entonces or when you spray different mash thing.
You're right.
So
Yes. Yeah, you are right. I mean, you can use so as entonces. You are right. But this is one of the multiple uses so has. As I told you, so has a lot of uses. One of those, it's the one you are mentioning, entonces, right? So let's go. But nonetheless, this is all their use. Okay, there are more than one uses. Okay, so just in case, for example, you want to express this, así también plus the pronoun, you can use this structure. So plus verb to be or auxiliary verb plus personal pronoun. Okay, and you can use it, as you can see, with a lot of verbs, forms of the verb. You can use it with third person, second person, in future, in past. I mean, with everything. All right.
yeah.
Would you like to see an example with past? Let's say you want to write down Shirley, right? Or Carlos. Let's say Carlos. If I say I trusted him, you could respond to me if you also trusted that person. So did I, right? In a past tense, because I'm saying I trusted him, right? Let's say I trusted, well, whoever. I trusted, I don't know, Camacho, right? The governor. And you could say, yeah, so did I, whatever, right? I trusted Camacho. Yeah, and so did I. And you could continue here your sentence, right? So did I. That is what I voted for him, right? Something like that. So did I. That's what I voted for him. So as you can see, this is multiple, or this is yeah, multiple use. That is to say, you can have a lot of different uses with this structure, and all of them are going to be correct if you follow this simple, super simple structure. So plus a verb to be or auxiliary verb, and plus a personal pronoun. Okay, is it fine? Do you have any questions about this?
No, I don't have a question. That's okay.
Wonderful, wonderful. There we are. Okay, let's continue then.
The last question was only for
Oh, no,
Claire.
no. Please tell me.
Yeah, the difference when you use those only unique chain, this is como you to saying Camacho, so the you inside for the person.
With a
You,
second with a second person.
yeah,
Okay, yes. For example, with a second person could be something like Carlos. You trusted Camacho. You trusted Camacho. You can respond here, surely. Well, I mean, you can use it, but it's, I mean, when we are talking in second person, nobody uses this because it sounds a little bit weird. So did I. Así también lo hice, ¿no? Si alguien te dice, confiaste en Camacho. Así también lo hice. It's like you are affirming, and it's correct. But nonetheless, you could just say, yes, I did, right? It's not necessary to use this expression here, so did I, to confirm that. For example, you could just respond, yes, I did, right? If somebody tells you this, you trusted Camacho. You could respond, yes, I did. It's not necessary to respond, so did I. This response is, yes, tell me.
también como tú o algo así. No, no es correcto.
Oh, okay, yes, you could say, so did you, yes. Yes, you could respond to that. Yeah, that would be different. So did you, yes. Así también tú. So did you, right? Yeah, you're right, actually. If somebody accuses you, right? You trusted Camacho. You can say, but so did you, right? Yeah, you're right, actually. You can use it. That is an alternative, an alternate use. But you are right. Yes, it could be used like that. For example, other one could be if Shirley says, let's say, you, I don't know, you drive your car, and I could respond, so did you? Oh, so do you, right? In this case, because this is a present form. So do you, right? Así también tú. You're right. So do you understand this, Shirley?
Yeah.
Wonderful. There you are. You drive your car. You could say, right, to me. So do you. If I know that you also drive your car, right? I could say, yes, so do you. Así también tú. So do you. Right? There you are. So as you can see, this is tremendously multi-purpose. There are a lot of applications of this structure, and all of them basically mean exactly the same. All of them mean así también plus pronoun. Así también tú, así también yo, ella, whatever, right? You get it now? Or any other question? Tell me. If you have more questions, of course, please tell me.
No, that's clear now. Okay.
All right, wonderful. There we are. So here you have all the examples, okay? There are a lot of cases here. So when you want to express it and you don't remind if the way you're using it, it's fine, just come back here to this document and you will find if the form of this structure you want to use is accurate and it's fine, all right? Wonderful. Let's move on to another topic then. Well, I think that it's not necessary. We can stop here and to play something so that you can observe if you learn this. Okay, let's go with this. Give me a second here. I'm gonna stop this while I look for the game. Quizzes. So okay. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna share again. Here, we're ready. So let me show you this. Here. Quizzes. Start this. There you have. Okay, let's start this. Okay, now stop this. There we are. So let's go. There are some questions that we're going to respond here because some of them are, I'm sorry for the some of them are about a topic that we're going to discuss tomorrow. So all of them that we have seen today, we're going to respond. Okay, so for example, this one, I didn't enjoy it. How could you respond to this one using, oh, no, this is one that you didn't learn. I'm just gonna skip it, okay? Neither is a one that we're going to use tomorrow. We're gonna learn about tomorrow. So let's just respond those questions that have to do with so. Okay, so this is one. So tell me, what about this one? I found it very hard. How could you respond to this affirming that you also found it hard?
So for I.
Are you sure?
This is a past form. Yeah. So the I.
All right, there you are. Yeah. So did I, right? Because it's found exactly. It's a past form. Let's move on. What about this? Okay, no, this is one of the other ones. Doesn't matter. Okay. Don't worry. We're gonna learn about this more. It's just that we don't have time right now to do it. It's a little bit long. Okay, so this is one. I want one. How could you respond?
So
All right, so am I. So do we. Remind us, so am I could be a sentence that you would use, for example, if somebody says something with the verb to be. For example, if somebody says, we have an example here. Here, if somebody says, I am very tired, I am is a form of the verb to be, right? Then you can respond, so am I. But when people use secular verbs, for example, I play, I cook, or I want, you're always going to respond with do. So do I, or so do we. That doesn't matter the pronoun, but the point is that you're going to respond with so do I, so do we, so do they. Can you get it?
Okay, when the sentence is I, no, sometimes the answer is do I. We can
Well, so
change
do
the
we
answer,
as well.
so do we, so do they.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway,
obviously, yeah, it depends. It depends, of course, in
yeah.
who is speaking to you. For example, in the question, they didn't specify who was speaking, right? Because, for example, if I say Carlos and Juan, imagine that you say I cook spaghetti, and Carlos and Juan, that is to say my friend Juan, will respond to you. So do we. We're just changing the pronoun, right? So do we. That is what the question in this case asking. They didn't tell you that there were two people responding, but nonetheless, you have to imagine it. Because, for example, when you say, I cook a spaghetti, and I have one person with me, Juan, and we want to say, both of us, that we agree with you, we could say, so do we, right? Juan and me. And that's what happened in this question, if you notice, that they give you a response that I think we can see it here. Yeah. That is what they, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Oh no. Okay, doesn't matter. We're gonna find it later. But the point is that yes, it depends on who is speaking to you. Okay. Oh, here it is. I didn't enjoy it. Oh no, this is not the correct one. Where is one? I want one. Okay, here it is. I want one. Look at this. So this sentence, right? I want one. Let's say that you say this, Shirley. You say, I want one. Judging from the responses here, so am I is wrong. Why is so am I wrong? So am I, it's wrong because you are using, in this case, a secular verb, right? Want. You're not using a form of the verb to be. So this is not a correct answer. Okay. So do we can be a correct answer. Why? Because I want one. If you say, I want one ice cream, let's say, and I am with my friend Juan, we can respond to you. So do we. So do we. We also want an ice cream. This could be a correct answer. What about this one? So want I. This is not a correct answer because we have seen that if we are going to use this structure, is so plus a verb plus an auxiliary verb or form of the verb to be and a pronoun. In this case, it's just repeating what? It's repeating a verb that is not an auxiliary verb nor a verb to be. And what about this last one? Neither do I. In this case, this also could be a correct response, but we have not talked about this yet. So in this case, the correct answer is so do we. Okay, so do we. Because as I say, imagine that you are saying that sentence, I want one, but I have one of my friends with me, and we say to you together, so do we. That is the reason why this is the correct answer. You get it now?
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful. That's the reason. Okay, let's continue with the game.
The we.
I was shocked. What about this one? I was shocked. How could you respond?
So was I?
There you are. Very good, because this is a form of the verb to be, right? But just in past. Very good. It's in a past tense. Very good. What about this one? I'm staying in tonight.
So
Think
do I?
about, okay. Okay, I'm staying in tonight. Well, what about that one? Where is it? So are we. I'm staying in tonight. So are we. Remind why is this a correct answer, Shirley? Because maybe you missed it, but here there is a verb to be. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Right? I am staying. If it would be I stay in tonight, then you would be right. And the correct response would be so do I. But if you notice here, a lot is contracted. There you have the verb I am staying in tonight, right? I am. And that's the reason why the correct response here is with a form of the verb to be. So are we. Because remind, the first verb, what is? So I am. Excuse me, is I am staying in tonight. It's super tricky, right? But here is the verb to be. You see it, right? I am. And that's the reason why in the response, you're going to imitate that verb. So are we. Can you see it or not?
Okay.
Tell me
When
if you
you
don't.
use the verb to be, you need answer when you need use verb to be.
Exactly. Yes. Yes, exactly. I'm going to write down that.
Yep.
Maybe it was not very much clear. I'm going to write it here. So, for all the expressions we want to make with this, we must imitate the verb of the statement, not just the verb to be. We must imitate the verb of the statement. For example, here, Shirley, Mark says, I like bananas, right? And this is not a form of the verb to be. This is a form of the verb do. I do like bananas, right? So you have to imitate this verb in the response. So do I. Of course, this is a word that nobody writes, but so do I. For example, this one is again a form of the verb auxiliary verb do. I do cook a spaghetti. Nobody writes this, of course. But the point is that you respond, so do we. Why? Because in this statement, we are using do. So as I say, you have to imitate the verb. Now, what about this, the verb to be? I am very tired. So here, because you are using the verb to be, you are going to imitate, vas a imitar el mismo verbo en la respuesta. So am I. The same case as well for a future tense. What is the verb here? This is the verb. I will, right? The auxiliary verb is will. Because we are using will, we are going to imitate this verb in the response. So will I. As you can see, we are always imitating. Can you see it now?
Yeah. When you that's funny because when you use verb continuum, use verb to be and you need answer with us.
Yes, exactly. When you write down with a sentence with the verb to be, you need to respond with the verb to be as well. Very good. When you write down a sentence with the auxiliary verb will, you need to as well give a response with the auxiliary verb will. In any case, it's always, as I say, imitating. As you can see, for example, here, I play, right? And you always imitate the verb of the first statement. Here, I cook. And then you respond, so do we, because cook is using the auxiliary verb do, right? When being written. Okay, so you get it, Shirley?
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so we are going to stop here then. We are going to continue with this. So if you try to practice this, if you have some questions tomorrow, you can tell me. But as I say, the idea is that for all the expressions we want to make with this, we must imitate the verb of the statement. So if here we have a verb that works with the auxiliary verb do, then in the structure, in the expression, we are going to use do. If we are going to use a sentence with the auxiliary verb will, then in our response, we are going to use also will. If we have a sentence with the verb to be, then we are going to also respond with the verb to be. As I say, it's imitating the verb of the statement. If you have in the statement verb to be, then you imitate it in your response. If you have do in your statement, then you imitate it in your response. It's always like that, playing like that, right? Super simple. Very good. And here you have the structure, don't forget it. So plus verb to be or auxiliary verb plus a personal pronoun. And there are a lot of examples that I gave you today for you to review them and to see how can you create sentences with a lot of forms, okay?
Okay.
Wonderful. So today is September 1st, our anniversary, right? Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
September 1st. It's, a very good month for eating majadito, for eating asadito, asau, majau, with our colloquialisms, right? Okay, there you are. And here, sure. Okay, do you have any other questions, Shirley?
No, I don't have a question.
All right, wonderful. So there you have the document for you to review it later.
Okay.
Stop sharing this. And I'm gonna tell you as this, okay? So please help me with the traditional poll we always fill, all right? While I take your assistance and you are well registered in the classes. Reminder, all the classes are being streamed to YouTube so that you can rewatch them whenever you want on the YouTube channel, okay? That we have available for you. I think that the coordinator has already sent you the link for you to get into it whenever you want to rewatch something that we have been discussing, all right?
Okay, perfect.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much then. So have a wonderful night. Good luck tomorrow in your classes and the laboratory. And I hope to see you tomorrow as well for the class and our excursus on how to use neither, which is going to be tomorrow's topic, okay? Today we learn how to use the expression so, and tomorrow we are going to learn how to use the expression neither, which is also super important, all right?
Yeah. Okay,
Wonderful.
thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful night.